Hello there, my name is Martha Nangalo, and today I have a message for the nursing students. This message is for nursing students, especially those newly admitted, but it's equally meaningful for those in their first, second, third, or even final year of study. It is written with love, sincerity, and deep care. It is my heartfelt desire and greatest prayer that these words will motivate, encourage, and uplift even if it reaches just one nursing student. And if it blesses only one, may that nursing student be you. Congratulations for being accepted into this nursing program. Congratulations for choosing a path that demands both your mind and your heart. Congratulations for saying yes to long nights, early mornings, practicals, textbooks, skills labs, ward rounds, and emotional growth. Nursing is not an easy program to enter, and it is certainly not an easy one to complete. The very fact that you are here already speaks of courage and commitment. There is a moment in life when a door opens and you realize that stepping through it will change you forever. Being accepted into nursing school is that door. It is not just an academic achievement, it is the beginning of transformation. Before the exams, before the clinical rotations, before the tests, before the uniform even feels natural on your shoulders, something has already shifted. You have chosen a path that will shape your character as much as it shapes your career. To every nursing student hearing this, you did not arrive here by accident. Out of many applicants, you were selected. That alone deserves recognition. Not everyone is entrusted with the opportunity to train for a profession that stands so close to life and death. You should be proud, but you should also be aware because pride must be balanced with responsibility. Nursing school is not just about passing modules. It is about becoming safe. It is about becoming disciplined. It is about becoming the kind of person who can be trusted when someone is at their weakest. From this point forward, your attitude matters as much as your intelligence. This profession is serious. One day you will administer medication that can heal or harm. You will monitor vital signs that will signal stability or deterioration. You will document information that could protect a patient or expose negligence. The habits you build now as a student are the habits you will carry into practice. If you are careless now, you will likely be careless later. If you are thorough now, you will likely be thorough later. Take your training seriously. Study beyond what is required. Understand what you are doing, not just how to do it. When learning about drug calculations, practice until accuracy becomes instinct. When learning procedures, focus on the rationale, not just the steps. Ask yourself why, not only how. Let us speak about clinical placements because that is where this transformation becomes visible. Clinicals are not performance stages for marks. They are learning environments for real-life responsibility. Do not become the student who competes aggressively for procedures only to impress lecturers or your sisters in charges at work. Do not become the one who avoids difficult tasks and leaves them to others. Do not become the student who refuses to assist because it's not my assigned patient. Selfishness in nursing is damaging, but selfishness during clinical placements is dangerous. During clinicals, selfishness may look like competing for procedures only to impress evaluators, refusing to help a fellow student reposition a patient because it's not assigned to me or it's not the room I'm delegated into. Ignoring a patient's call because you are busy chatting, hiding knowledge to appear smarter, avoiding messy or uncomfortable tasks, or delegations. Healthcare is not an individual sport. If you cannot collaborate as a student, you will struggle as a professional. There are also proud students, those who believe they already know enough, resist correction, or dismiss feedback. These mostly are people in their third and fourth year. Remember, you are not yet an RN. And if you have this kind of behavior in your first, second, third, or final year, my graciousness, how will you be when you are finally an RN or EN? If a fellow student is overwhelmed, help. If you understand something clearly, explain it. If someone makes a mistake, correct gently, not publicly to embarrass them in front of the patients. There is also a deeper form of selfishness, the need to look superior. Some students hide information, withhold notes, or celebrate quietly when others fail or make mistakes. That mentality does not belong in nursing. Your goal is not to outshine your classmates or other students from other institutes or universities. Your goal is to become competent and safe. A strong nurse is not threatened by another strong nurse. Be humble enough to ask questions. Be mature enough to accept correction. Being corrected does not mean you are incompetent. It means you are growing. Pride in healthcare is not strength, it is risk. Now let us talk about attitude towards patients. Even as students, you represent the profession, and that's something that you must understand to the core. Do not speak harshly to patients. Do not laugh at them. Do not ignore calls because you are tired or because you don't know. There's always a way to solve a patient's problem. Yes, training is exhausting. Yes, you'll feel overwhelmed, but exhaustion is not an excuse for cruelty. Patients remember how you make them feel long after they forget your name. Nursing is service. If serving irritates you, this profession will frustrate you. If you see patients as burdens, you will struggle daily. But if you see them as human beings deserving dignity, your help, your practice will carry meaning. There is also a spiritual dimension to this journey of being a nursing student, not in an extreme, exaggerated way, but in a grounded awareness that caring for the sick is sacred work. That in itself is spirituality. If you believe in God or whatever you believe in, remember that this calling requires integrity. It requires honesty. It requires thorough skills and knowledge. Let it remind you to be honest in documentation, compassionate in care, and disciplined in study. Competence honors both your patients and your beliefs. To those of you who are tired, nursing school is demanding. The workload is heavy. The emotional exposure can be overwhelming. If you are struggling mentally, seek support. Speak to someone you trust. Rest properly when you can. Take care of your health. A burnt-out student can become a dangerous practitioner. You cannot care for others effectively if you neglect yourself completely. You cannot stabilize others while collapsing internally. If someone realizes deep within that this path is not aligned with who they are, it is more responsible to step away than to remain resentful and harm patients emotionally. This is not about quitting when it's hard. It is about honesty before your action becomes destructive. If at any point you realize that your heart is hardening, that you are becoming indifferent, pause, reflect, realign. And if you genuinely discover that you are not willing to carry this responsibility with seriousness and compassion, it is better to be honest with yourself early than to continue without commitment. It is dangerous to continue doing nursing if your heart is not in it. My professor always said, choosing to study nursing, one foot of yours is in the grave and another foot is in prison. There is powerful meaning to that. Nursing requires willingness. As students, build these habits now. Be punctual. Be prepared. Keep your uniform neat. Protect patient confidentiality. Double check everything. Speak respectfully to staff, classmates, and students from other institutes or universities. Document accurately. Admit mistakes quickly. Respect your lecturers. Respect your clinical supervisors. Respect other students. Respect hospital staff. Every interaction is shaping you. Do not allow the reputation of nursing to decline because of your generation. There are places where people complain about attitudes and neglect of students in the nursing profession. You have the power to change that narrative. Be the group that restores trust. Be the student who take this calling seriously. You are not just studying nursing, and that's something that you should understand. You are becoming nurses. That transformation begins now in how you speak, how you study, how you treat your classmates, how you approach clinical practices, and how you respond to correction. Dear student nurses, excellence is not accidental. It is built daily. Be the student who arrives prepared. We are all trying to figure this out, but it's very crucial to our profession. Be the one who asks thoughtful questions. Be the one who treats the cleaner with the same respect as the consultant. Be the one that treats the porter in the hospital with the same respect as the sister in charge. Be the one who corrects gently. Be the one who admits mistakes quickly. Be the one who studies not just to pass, but to understand. Nursing once carried an almost sacred respect in communities. I remember when I was young and I would visit any particular hospital at all, and you will hear elders saying, "The moment I go to the hospital, I feel better. Even before the nurse touched me, I feel much better." So what happened? What changed? That respect did not disappear randomly. It fades when seriousness fades. It fades when service becomes entitlement. It fades when ego replaces empathy. But it can be restored. You can restore it. Thank you for choosing this path. Thank you for stepping into a profession that demands both skills and heart. Thank you for preparing to stand beside people in moments they will never forget. Carry this journey with humility. Carry it with discipline. Carry it with compassion. Carry it with responsibility. And never forget, someone's life will depend on the kind of student you choose to be today. I wish you nothing but the very best. Here is to becoming not only a qualified nurse, but a meaningful and different nurse. Cheers.